Hey guys, it's me T coming at you from my little nook, of which is the Love Corner. I decided to film from here today just because I feel as though today, like on a yin, on excuse me, on a yang level, so like on a more masculine level, like um there's a hermited type of essence. So I felt as though if I'm gonna go yang today, I'm definitely gonna hermit it up in terms of energy. So that's gonna kind of keep this balanced. Um, I'm super grateful to be on here, and I'm super grateful. It's just a great time. It's just a great time to be alive. That's all I gotta say. Let me just get organized here. I'm like super, yeah, so I'm actually feeling these vibes, which is so super, like I'm in a little nook, but I love this shit. This is so exciting. Plus, I feel as though a lot of light will be transmitted from here because it's the love corner. Love is light, right? So it's just gonna, it really does, like if you were to sit and meditate in your love corner, like I want to say, like, if you get into the habit of it every day or every so often, you literally will be rebalancing your entire life a lot of the time. Just and by just kind of like just energetically, like you may not know that you're doing it, but energetically when you're meeting the universe like halfway in terms of just showing them that like love does mean a lot and you're going to put it first, you end up kind of like really excuse me, I just like had dinner plus I burp like whenever I'm reading, and that's like to, I guess, like to free up the energy. That's what happens with our energetic selves, our the energy healers out there. They just, that's how sometimes they just fucking things come out of their bodies. But what was I gonna say during readings? That's what I'm gonna say. So, long story short, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that that's basically like if you were to meditate in your love corner, which is basically when you enter a space, it is in the far right corner of the space. Okay. So that would be, sorry, I'm like super itchy. That would be like your love corner. And that's a space that's really kind of, that should really be held sacred. And what's really interesting is that love is actually like, depending on how you look at it, but like from this perspective today, it's actually very yin. It's very like kind of tucked away. So it's kind of like you really have to come into a room to get to it. So again, love is always worth going after, I have to say, and utilizing to your best of abilities in terms of spreading that shit everywhere across all aspects of your life. Um, but yeah, so that's what I wanted to just kind of let you know, is that it's a really great idea to be meditating in your love corner or make a space in your love corner. I haven't been doing it just because my corner is a little too small, but I actually meditated here before I got on, and it feels great. So I was like, okay, I could actually be doing this more so than I thought, because I thought it was like a little too small, but it's just good enough. So I was like, okay, cool, we're doing it. Um, so yeah, so moving forward, and that's a great intention, right, to put out there for the new moon energies too, which is beautiful. So yeah, so definitely spreading love and light to you with this, with this, with this read, from my love corner to yours, from my heart to yours. May you just get all that you need from it. Um, what was I going to say? All right, so we're first starting out with the Illuminated Tarot deck. I don't think I put this in. I should have done that, but I didn't think. I kind of stopped, actually. I don't know why. Like, I kind of stopped naming them. Maybe because I was thinking that I could always go back and name them, but also sometimes it takes a little too much time, and I've been trying to get on here faster than usual. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, long story short, the feelings of today, I mean, we're going to get right into it, I feel, right? Is that what we're doing, a team? Yeah, they're like, yeah, just get right into it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to talk about, like, my take on it. I'll just talk about it as it comes up. But illuminated, hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, Bako. Bako. Molim. Ovde. Samo reci što hoćeš. Reci što hoćeš. Bako, radim nešto, ajde brzo mi reci, brzo.
Hoću da ti prenesem da ti utrneš tu svjetlo.
Važi.
I televiziju.
Sad ću, ok, thank you.
Televiziju isto.
Sad ću, hvala.
Provjeri vrata.
Ok, jel si pilule uzela?
I sve dobro i vidimo se ujutro.
Bako, jel si pilule uzela?
Ha?
Jel si pilule uzela?
Pilule?
Da.
Evo sad ću uzeti.
Ok, good.
Ajde, sve dobro.
Ajde, hvala Bako. Laku noć. Sorry guys, I'm like so fucking exhausted, and thank you God for the angels' help and also Earth angels. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. I'm super grateful. Oh my God, super grateful. So, and super grateful for, having the elder, which is literally such a gift, because, it's literally such a gift. Okay, so let me just get right into it. I'm sorry if I yelled through it. She couldn't actually see me. She couldn't see me. She was so confused. She was like, where the fuck are you? Sorry, I had to laugh that out because you're like, you have to oh shit, that's so funny. Meanwhile, I'm super hot and I forgot to take off my sweatshirt, but I was cold before, and so I can't even get it together temperature-wise. It's all good. But actually, we're kind of flaming on fire with passion lately. Ooh, and as I said, that Queen of Hearts came out. Thank you, 18. So, all right. So, this is all true. So, long story short, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the Illuminated Tarot. And we're going to ask the prayer that I'm going to ask for. Okay. The prayer that I'm going to ask for is literally, thank you, 18. Is that, let me just actually go into it. Hold on one second. I have to pray. Hold on one second. I got to pray. Give me 1 second. Okay. Laku noć, Bako.
Laku noć, Tina.
Laku noć, Bako. Vidimo se sutra.
Sve što treba.
Važi.
Laku noć.
Okay, laku noć, Bako. Okay. Oh my God, I was looking at the time as if it was the time, but it's the timer. So it's at 9 o'clock and it's not. Actually, I don't know. No, it's a little bit before 9 o'clock. Sorry. I was so, guys, it's way fucking confusing over here today. That's all I gotta say. But I'm gonna just ask for very clear and accurate messages to come through because that's what we need right now. That's what it's all about. So, all right. So when it comes down, so basically the Illuminated Tarot is going to be used towards the fractation area of our lives, okay? So the yin card that came out is the 9, and I'm sorry, not spades, 9 of clubs, and that is, I believe, the Sun card. Can I check 18 the book? Okay, because I've been trying to study different major arcanas because that's what I'm working with. as of, I think, just longevity. That's what I'll be. Oh, the sun. What did I say? I don't know what I even said. I don't. Maybe I did say the sun. I forgot what I just said. All right, so cool. Whatever, guys. I just want to double check because there is a couple of circles in this deck, and I feel all over the place. So I was like, let's just go by. Just tell me what this card is, and I will receive the information. So, all right. So the sun here, it's depicted as clarity, simplicity, new life. Now, that's exactly what's going on here on a very small yin level, where you also could have been feeling as if you needed to rejuvenate like a little baby, like kind of like you either, first of all, it would have been really awesome if you found yourself in the sun today, just, you know, to rejuvenate, like just to get that vitamin D, you know what I'm saying? And so the sun really could have helped you out in terms of new beginnings, but also what I'm sensing is like, the fire from the sun was really kind of burning away all that no longer served you. So there could have been some passion behind stuff that basically was being like and what I'm getting, like passion, but like steamy passion, where it's like not super like flammable, but it's super just like enough to kind of like sizzle away all the stuff that's no longer needed. Okay, so I'm not getting like intense. I'm getting like kind of kind of like a beginning of intensity, if that makes any sense, like that level. And also you literally could be feeling like the light coming into your life on a very like inner level, like where it's just kind of even like it's this is a beautiful card. There's nothing to worry about. However, I feel as though some people are imagining a lot. They're using their imagination a lot. And so it's taking them out of their now moment, where they're not able, not able, what am I trying to say? They're more so kind of imagining way too far ahead. and in a sense, it's kind of creating a little bit of like anxiety, but I don't want to say anxiety because it's not about anxiety. It's just kind of like a intimidation of all of this light coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a really big bright light. This is something that's that maybe you're not even used to, because again, when it depicts clarity and simplicity and new life, you've been in a very type of like for a very long time, you've been doing a certain style of life for a very long time, or longer than you had hoped for, and or like longer than you have like foreseen for yourself. But now it's kind of like you're moving into this kind of new this new dynamic of you just feel on an inner level that there's something bigger than you know, or that you are ever used to coming into your life. And it's a little intimidating. So this light could be a little intimidating, and also it could be, so it's interesting, we had the moon last night, right? The moon is all about like I also find it to be like clarity, but like, you know, things coming up from like the it's like mystery, things coming up from like the depths of your insides, I want to say, right? And so again, those are the kind of like, whether it be fears or concerns or even manifestations, right? They're all kind of bubbling out to the top, and then all of a sudden you get the sun. So again, it's water mixed with fire, and this is where it gets kind of steamy, right? So you're kind of like in the steamy element. Also, the Nine of Clubs, I feel like it's like this luck of light coming in, but also it's an ending of sorts, because 9 is an ending, where it's like it's like kind of, it's like the 9 is an ending, but also your world is turning, right? Like into a positive sense. In a positive way. So you're just kind of, what I'm seeing here is like, it's just an adjustment period. And so much light could be coming in literally that you could have, I mean, okay, it's a new moon. So new moon, full moon, you kind of could lose a little bit of sleep, just because it's a regeneration of sorts, right? But then, you know, regeneration plus new life, like there's a lot going on energetically. you could be very active at one point, like willing, like solar plexus is the sun also. So you could be like literally willing to do stuff and then wanting to really just like relax, but then not being able to relax because of the fact that you're just on. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like turning off this light today. You know what I'm saying? So, like I had to pray a little bit to like take a nap today because I I tried twice and usually that's not me. Like I could fall asleep no problem. You know what I'm saying? I love my naps, but the whole thing is it's like I had to try twice because I went out into the yard to fall asleep because I love falling asleep outside. That's like the best feeling ever. And so, and I was right in the sun, so I think like even though I'm so grateful for the sun, I feel like the sun was like like it was overstimulating me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like like I was being over supercharged like by the sun that I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna have to go inside and just like, you know, take a rest. But I was very grateful for the vitamin D, right? So, so that's the whole thing where I'm saying like the adjustment period of the sun coming in is very it's a little on the intense side, but not in a bad way. It's just something that we're just going through. Okay, this is kind of why also like I'm a little I feel like I'm a little tired because I'm so overcharged and it's just like you know, like not coming at you 100%, but yes, I am because I got my A team, so I don't give a shit. It's basically over to them all the time. What was I gonna say? Is there any more to say for this card? Okay, they are saying yes. Something I'm getting like lady luck, love luck. I don't know why. I guess it's like they're just trying to oh, that's interesting. It's like lady luck, love luck, and I'm seeing horseshoe luck over here. I don't know if you can see that, but its ears like are pretty much like horseshoes. So I want to say something. Again, this light is like really coming in fast. And I feel like the angel of luck is on your side today in terms of like really good stuff. Like also I'm getting the eyes. The eyes are like really looking at you. It's like the universe is really seeing what you're doing with your life. They're very approving of what you're doing. Again, it's the sun, so it's like more of like they're just really approving of what you're doing. Whatever it is that you're doing or that you saw yourself doing, even creatively, because I'm seeing his orange face now. Shit, guys. I mean, talk about now it's 9 o'clock. It just you can't make this shit up. I was looking at the night. Oh my god, that's so funny. So that's interesting. I was looking at the timer up there when it comes to the live, and it was in the nines. Now it's 9 o'clock, and this is a 9 o'clock. So that's like, I mean, 9 o'clock. Listen to me, nine as a card. So that's super like endings and super new beginnings. That's like 3 times over, guys. So this is what I'm saying. This new life that's coming in for you, is literally, it's like a 3 times over new life. Like whatever it is, like you're getting, it's like, so this is what I feel happened. I feel like you simplified, or maybe clarity did come first, but I feel like you've gained clarity in terms of what you need to do on the inside. You simplified, and now you're basically receiving this new life, because this new life was basically your end result of what you wanted. So you did the clarification for yourself. You know, you put in the clarification, like decisions made for yourself. You simplified your life in terms of being in alignment with the new life that you foresee for yourself. And now it's like the culmination. The 9 is the ending, so it's the culmination of you kind of bringing that to life. So again, with whatever you're doing creative wise, the universe, just going back to what I was saying, the universe is seeing what you're doing creatively, and it's really being approving of it. Since there are 2 eyes here, I feel like there's 2 people involved. I don't know, that's what I'm just getting. Not that that has to mean anything, but it's like there's 2 solid people. I also feel as though the nose is kind of having this like separation effect that I feel like is going on, but not in a bad way. It just needs kind of like, there's like a little bit more like luck that needs to be applied to their life. And by luck, I mean like divine magic, divine miracles, divine, even really good habits to put into place, like really good effort, you know, towards life that's needing to be had. But I just feel like, you know, the eyes are very close. Like even though they're separate, it's like whoever it is that you're going to be working with, or whoever it is that's watching over you, or you them, or just, you know, watching each other together. I don't know what I mean by that, but there's just you guys are closer than you think. This is what I'm getting to, like, and it could be a creative project that you're trying to, you know, bring like to a closure, right? And so you're closer than you think, and it's definitely a good thing. Like it's kind of like what I'm getting is it's brighter than ever. So that's what I'm getting. It's like it might even turn out to be way better than you expected in terms of your what you expected in your imagination for it to be. Um, yeah, and it's because it's the card of healing. Green is healing, also luck, right? So maybe also because I'm getting a lot of lady luck. So maybe sometime March 17th, right? Is what is it called? St. Patty's Day. So maybe by March 17th, something really sunshiny is about to go down for you. All right, because I am seeing a lot of like, yeah, so maybe that's gonna be like the date or around that date where things kind of culminate and unite and are seriously brought to light three times over. So whether it's a passion project, whether it's plans that you put into place, things of that sort, and or people that you're about to meet even. I feel as though that's really going to happen. And I feel like, okay, so whatever you're working on right now is kind of like this face is like you feel a little intimidated, but you're also, this is like your resting bitch face. Like this is you're like resting. You're resting like and it's really funny because I got to do my mascara above at like on top and on the bottom, and I never usually do that. Like I used to do that when I was younger, like in both spots, on the bottom and on the top, but as I got older, I don't know, I just started just doing the top. And the sun has the eyelashes that are both the eyelashes is what I was talking about. Um, it has both of its eyelashes like done top and bottom. So I feel like it's like eyes wide open, sun is coming through, and I was just getting to do that today. So that's just super interesting in terms of why I was getting to do that. No, but so going back to yeah, it's like eyes wide open, things are getting closer than they seem. Things are closer than they seem. There are definitely focus clarity in this son's eyes for sure. So whatever plan I get, again, passion, you know, project, passion type of plan that you have set in place, it's really going to turn out very lucky for you. What I'm hearing or getting rather is the essence of if you need a reply from somebody, like if a response needs to be had for this project or plan or whatever, it's definitely going to be a sunshiny yes. So that's basically what I'm getting. So this is you like kind of sitting right now like in the limbo aspect, knowing that something good's about to happen. That with this new moon, with the new moon energies, I think they last for like 3 weeks, right? So it's kind of like 3 weeks, you're sitting in this like limbo energy, which isn't bad, but it's like still a waiting period. And so this is like, so again, I'm seeing like resting bitch face, but you're content, right? Because you're the sun. So you're just like, okay, fuck it. Like, we're just going to wait. And just knowing, and we're like, and you're fully confident that things are going to start opening up, you know, just like the eyes, like you're going to be receiving the clarity. You're going to, your life is going to be a lot more simple than you think. And the new life that's coming is actually going to be way more creative and celebratory and also balanced, right? Like I just see a lot of balance here. It's going to have like a lot of good, you know, sense of direction. It's going to have a lot of good stability. And there's I feel as though there's two people here, and again, either two people or yeah, I just feel like two people with very clear values that are working together teamwork wise, that you have really nothing to worry about. But it's like sometimes when you're in this limbo period of just the wait or the creating is what I like to call it. You're just kind of like in focus mode. You're kind of just like waiting for things to kind of do its thing. You know what I'm saying? Like letting the energies kind of pan out as they need to be. But yeah, and you're just waiting for kind of like signals and signs and directionals like from the universe to kind of just kind of be willing to do whatever you need to do in terms of, you know, turning your life towards the new life that you're deserving of. Yeah, because like you're going to be proactive about it, but it's just like you're kind of like in this creative happenstance of a period where I don't know if that even makes sense, but it's kind of like yeah, you're just kind of waiting, and you're like not muted even, but you're just kind of like, excuse me, you know, when you're just kind of like being patient, and you're just and but you're hoping at the same time, right? You're being patient and you're hoping, so you're just standing there like with your mouth like just that's it. Like you're just like kind of like just concentrating on breathing. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do. Um yeah, it's like a silent period is what I'm trying to say. It's like a content silent period, but it's also like, you know, that, and by the way, guys, just letting you know, I was like sitting before meditation for this reading. I was sitting and I was like, wow, I was like, we really don't realize that this is the period. And before even doing it, obviously before pulling these cards, I was sitting and I was realizing, I was like, wow, we really don't realize how far ahead our fucking minds really do go. And instead of just being with the moment right now, because it is right now in your life, you have the clarity, you know shit, okay? You know shit. Simplicity is what you're living, okay? And this new life that's coming about, it's gonna like shift you a bit. It's not gonna be bad. It's just gonna shift you in the right direction, and it's gonna get a little bit more busy. But the whole thing is, it's like we don't realize how blessed we are to have the simplicity that we have right now. If you've kind of seeked the clarity or received the clarity to create it for yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Because some people don't want to put work towards it, and so they're never going to get it. But since you wanted the clarity, you simplify your life, and now with this entire simplicity of just being and expecting this new life to come in whenever it needs to come in, divinely guided wise, you literally are just just being content. You're really like, and I don't know what my point is there. It's just like, well, I did know, but I just didn't know how to like bring it around like the sun and connect it. But it was more so to say, you know, enjoy the simplicity of how your life is going right now. Because I think that as humans, we just literally want what we want, especially dreamers. Dreamers fucking think so far ahead, and they're like, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna go get, but they're never in the right now, you know? When your right now is just as sunny, I mean, it's just as blessed, and, you know, and it's like always like we're just kind of like going after this new life constantly, trying to get a hold of it, but like we don't realize that this right now, especially after the new moon happened, so new moon, new life, right? It's kind of like we don't realize that we get to just sit in this simplicity and just be okay with it, right? Whether you're creating, you know, on a very quiet, solo based level, you know, because the sun works by itself too, even though we got two eyes as two individuals working together. It's the aspect of, you know, it's the aspect of you're just like content in your simplicity that you've created, and that's something to really revel in, to like really kind of just be super feeling blessed in, because you've created that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like clean, you know, I what I'm getting is like pristine, clean energy. You've really put the work into that, where you can enjoy yourself now, and you know, good for you and God bless you. That's what I want to say. It's like that's exactly what you're doing. You're just kind of enjoying your life as what you've created up until now, which is pure simplicity, but it's also simplicity is so big, you know? So as you're waiting, or what I like to say creating, while you wait for this new life to kick in for you, which is gonna be, like I said, the triple or quadruple fold for you. I don't fucking know. It's like pretty big. Um and all of its aim is like towards like the light, which I sense also. It's like it's really, it's awesome. It's like nothing but positive is what I want to say there. I just feel like it's like positive, pristine, really fortunate, right? So it's super amazing, these blessings coming through, and this of a new life that's coming through, right? What else did I want to say there? Yeah, I guess that's what I just wanted to say. Sorry, guys, my mind is like super all over the place, but basically, thank God my heart isn't. My mind can be, but my heart definitely isn't. Amen to that. So what did I want to say here? I wanted to say, yeah, we're gonna just move on to the next card, because that card was just beautiful. And so, that's what I just want to leave you with on that card, is that, and on that note, is to literally just enjoy your calm before the chaotic movement of, you know, what is it, like trying to, not piece things together, but more so like develop this new life, and also just kind of, because you might have to combine shit, you might have to blend shit. It's gonna be a lot of thinking work, a lot of, you know, feeling work. So it's gonna just take effort, right, to just like kind of blend shit together, and to kind of reestablish yourself at like in this new life that's coming at you. So so just kind of just be in the simplicity and enjoy yourself. Like that's super huge, man. I have to tell myself that all the time, to just relax and just like chill in the now moment, so that you can just really enjoy yourself. I mean, I do it to the best of my ability, but I feel like sometimes, you know, I can do it a lot better and a lot more often. Okay. So, I know that's like everybody's case. So, okay. So, long story short, are we moving on to the next card now? All right. Yes. So, on the Yang level, we are talking about, I believe that this is the High Priestess. I'm going to double check. But it's the Two of Diamonds. This is the Yang card. The Yang card in your what's it called, in your fame and reputation world, where I just see there, it's so funny, they both have resting bitch faces. So, and what I'm seeing here is definitely the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There's like a unity kind of coming through within you, but actually it's super huge. It's not just a unity, it's literal, it's like a unity of love, right? Because you see, this is the divine masculine, the face in the middle, like kind of like the shadowy aspect is the unknown, which is like the God, the Grand Master G, the Grand Majesty G, like this, the universe, it's like unknown to you. And then here's the divine feminine, right? So it's like there are three people or three entities, in a sense, working to three energy entities working together, in a sense, to, or deities, right? Working together in terms of just uniting, right? So the sun and the moon, again, it's because she has the moon on her mind. So, or that could actually be that you have a Cancer on the mind, which is very interesting. That came out that way, because I never even saw it that way. What was I going to say? So it's basically like, yeah, like there's the divine masculine. How do I want to say this? It's interesting. It's like the divine masculine is feeling more yin today, okay? And then the divine feminine is feeling more like outwardish, right? And so long story short, oh my god, look at the bottom of the deck. Do I talk about this? Yeah. They want me to say it. Nine of diamonds. So again, another 9 of culmination, right? And I think that's the world, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check all this, guys. I just want to double check. Oh no, it's not the world. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Nope, not even Wheel of Fortune. What the fuck is it? It's 9 of... 9 of diamonds. The Hermit. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's what all right. So yeah, so just like I was saying, the divine the divine masculine energies are actually hermited. So thank you for the Hermit card that came up, because I wanted to say that. Because the masculine energy of the sun is actually came out in the yin. So that's also what I wanted to say, is that it was hermited, in case I didn't say it. I don't think I did though. Okay. So 2 of diamonds. So basically there's this, the high priestess. I'm going to just kind of look it up to see also. Yo, A-Team, I love you, but can we tone down the heat a little bit? I just, like, I'm super hot. Super hot. Like, get me adjusted to the right temperature, please. Thank you. Diamonds. 2 of diamonds. I keep passing it. 2 of... Yeah, High Priestess. Juggling, multitasking. Yeah. So, see, this is the funny thing. I feel as though this is like juggling and multitasking in your head. Again, because I feel like there's so much mind stuff going on. And again, we did get yesterday, if you checked into the video yesterday, we were getting the Lovers card. Well, we got Gemini in one of the decks. And it was like the last card actually out of the reading. So it was like, I knew right away, I was like, okay, this is kind of going to be like like kind of like an aspect of tomorrow's day also, because it kind of like goes in, it blends in with the next days. So we're kind of getting like these Gemini, and again, like, it's like, you know how they say, like, excuse me, I don't know why. I'm not gonna say in a negative way, but you know how a lot of people say like Gemini is two-faced, like that type of thing. Like, that's what it is. This girl literally has like 2 faces, which to me means that it's not a bad thing. I mean, you could be dealing with, like, if you want to look at the shadow side of things, like, you could be dealing with people who are being a little two-faced. I don't know. That you would have to, may that not be the case. And I never want to look at that in that sense. Because guess what? In my world, we ignore that shit. Like, we could be very aware of that shit, but we ignore it because we don't give it the power that that it's asking for, okay? Because it so easily can fucking take you in under its wave, and, like, I just know that I'm too sensitive for that shit. So, like, literally, I just have to be like, no, peace out, bye. Like, I don't even play with that. I don't even mingle. But mind-wise, I feel as though your mind is, like, floaty, plus, like, okay, so it's, like, there's so much going on in the mind in terms of the multitasking, and just, like, thinking about a lot, and back and forth, but also, what was it that I wanted to say? Yeah, with these Pisces energies that we're all kind of in now, because it's Pisces season, we're literally, like, kind of floaty, right? So it's like we have to kind of get a little grounded. And by grounded, I mean, like, we have to kind of, and again, that's so, the moon is confirmation. It's like Pisces season, like, the new moon is confirmation by what I want to say of the Pisces season, like, essence. Is like, we're just, like, floating in our minds. You know what I'm saying? So the really good thing to do, I'm feeling a lot in my heart too. The good thing to do here is to literally ground. So it's like to touch soil, to put your feet in the dirt, or not even in the dirt, but in the grass. Just that kind of like meditate. Meditate grounds you. It kind of, I love meditation because it literally kind of gets rid of it really does bring you the clarity, simplicity, and the new life that you want. Like, absolutely. Because it kind of, it's kind of like, you know, when, if you're like a wilted flower, let's say, like it's like the universe just like plucking the shit that you no longer need to kind of get back into your essence. That's how I feel. That's what I feel meditation does. Like the known and unknown, like you just kind of like just sit there, relax into it, and you just fucking let them go to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. So, what did I say about the nine of diamonds? Also, this multitasking shit was really kind of crazy today because it's like it's juggling, it's multitasking. It's like you wanting to do one thing and then all of a sudden you're being pulled in another direction intuitively, and then you're just like, okay, but I really wanted to like go do this, but then it's like, and again, I also feel like this is like you being like, there was a lot like in terms of like inner not tag team, but what is it called when you're when you're pulling the rope? I forgot what it's called. Son of a bitch. Whatever. You know what you know what I'm talking about. It's like when one team pulls the rope and then there's another team on the other side. What is it called? 18. It's like so easy. Whatever. Tug of war. Right. So there was a lot of, thank you, 18. There's a lot of tug of war that was going on in the mind where you're just like, no, but I want to go here. But then your intuition's like pulling you somewhere else, or your ego is pulling you somewhere else. And then it kind of took you a while to get to where you wanted to be. And then, you know, if you got to where you wanted to be, then you're just like, oh my God, like I couldn't complete the task because maybe energetically it wasn't like a good fit. So then you tried it a different way and then that worked. And you were just like, okay, like, so it was just a whole bunch of back and forth shit. You know what I'm saying? And just because this is a new energy coming in that you're not used to, and you just need to kind of, it's like zigzagging in you, where it's just like, so that's where the tug of war is at, is like you're just trying to kind of, and again, today was a 7-day, very interesting, which is a zigzag of an energy, which is like kind of like energy coming in strong, energy like literally coming through very quick, and it's, you have to kind of just like last night was wiggling out, you know, like from the bottom of the depths of you, it was like wiggling out, and today was just like you're getting it downloaded in you, you know, like in a zigzag effect. So very cool. I didn't even think about how cool of a yin yang that was, but yeah, so that's really what's going on here, and it's hold on, 9 of diamonds. All right, so the hermit is sacrifice without regret, self-care. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, in terms of self-care, it was a lot of just resting today. I feel that. And also, you could have really been thinking about people in your life and even praying for them, actually, in terms of people that you knew that were the self-sacrificing type of people, which actually could be a lot of Piscean energy. That's all I gotta say, because that's very interesting. I just realized the people that I was thinking about today were absolutely of Piscean energy, and I was thinking I was like kind of putting in prayers for them to literally have a better life for themselves by just releasing themselves, or having the universe relieve them from their duties in terms of being the caretaker, you know, of others, so that they can kind of, you know, so that they can kind of really concentrate on their new life coming in, but also get readjusted to it in a sense of, you know, it's just they need to be with themselves right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was definitely a life review happening today in terms of that. So, and this really could have been like this two-face thing that I was talking about, like the split face. It literally, part of you was probably reviewing the past, and part of you was probably like imagining the future, is what I'm also getting, because that was also super big. And I don't really do a lot of reviews of the past, to be honest with you, because I feel like it's as if you were aware in the here and now of your moments in your life, you are with them, and you are then able to grab all that you can from those moments in the here and now, and then let them go as they come through. So I don't do a lot of reviewing, because I am very much so in my moments, and I am very much so in pure and sometimes hyper awareness of my moments. Here, like in here on Earth, here in the Earth life, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't do a lot of reviewing, and sometimes I'm so much also about the dreaming aspect, like what the future holds and the surprises that it holds, that I just like don't, like, I'm so more focused on like the right here, right now, taking all of what I can, and then from it, and then basically like kind of like not discarding it or disregarding it, but just leaving it in the past where it needs to be, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So, so it's interesting that this high priestess energy on a very big scale was really kind of downloading to you, like, you know, all the things that, you know, like the past energies and the future energies at the same time, because that usually doesn't happen. So again, it's like a wiggle effect. You know what I'm saying? That was just kind of getting downloaded, and I don't know what was there. I didn't even ask. Like sometimes I ask, like, what does that even all mean? But I think it's sometimes just for you to either put prayers in, or for you to even just kind of observe the life that you were you were exposed to, okay? And kind of see like kind of learn from that. You know, sometimes you have to kind of learn from it again. Yeah, like sometimes it's brought to your attention again for you to kind of be like, okay, like, you know how this person lived their life? Like, you know, you could do it in a, not a better way, but yeah, I'm gonna just say actually better way. Like, you know that you want to do it in a better way because you learned from them. So it's like, just make sure to do that for yourself, and not like kind of, because I feel like if they didn't show you parts of what you've learned today, that were left in the past, or that were from your past, then maybe your future, you would have forgotten about it and not have applied what you have learned. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of not made the decisions to move forward, but then to stay in your hermited caretaking type of energy, instead of saying yes to the new. Do you get what I'm saying? And sacrificial, right? Sacrificial energies. And it says sacrifice without regret, but I would love to know what that fucking is. I mean, because listen, okay, sacrifice without regret. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have put it that way, but my whole thing is, it's like sacrificial shit, sometimes when it goes on for too long, can get very regretful. That's just being real. But sacrifice without regret, I guess it's like, it's more like if you're integrity based and you know what you're going into, you know that you've kind of accepted this for yourself, and just, you know, and just like take it on for however long it needs. Like, I guess that's sacrifice without regret, right? Because you're kind of like mentally prepared to take it on. And sometimes it's the soul that needs to kind of it's the soul's calling to be that self-sacrificial. Like, you don't even know why you're doing it, because personally, you know, your personality would have never fucking chosen that route. But sometimes the soul just knows what it needs to do in this life, and sometimes the human aspect of you is just like, yo, let's get it over and done with already. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting. Again, the whole, tit for tat, like it's like that tug of war. Like, it's like you're just you're trying to move forward, but you're yet like, there's something, your soul within you is like, yo, we still got something to complete. So again, with the nines are, it's being finalized, right? It's in that completion stage. So thank you, God, for that. All right, so now we're moving on to, I love how it's, before I took the cards, also the love was at the bottom of the deck, and then the love ended up being at the bottom of the deck right now as well, so I love how that fucking turned out. Love it! Okay, so that was for, is that all a team? Okay, yeah, they're saying that's it for the fame and reputation. Now, it's interesting because I feel as though I'm not really, I don't know, maybe it's just me like trying to think about it too much, but I feel as though I haven't been giving so much precise information on what can be happening, but maybe that's just not my style, right? Like I'm just, because this is all energetic, so I'm just trying to like, basically together we're trying to reflect on the energies of today and because I like sometimes want to talk about more of like what are the possibilities of it happening, but since I am a person that works with the infinite realm of possibilities, sometimes maybe it's just easier or it's just more simple, more simplified and clarity based when I talk about just the energies so that you know how to navigate your life better rather than me giving you like, I don't know, examples. But I do like it. I really do. I love fucking storytelling examples. All right. So we're moving on to, so I'm going to just get this set up for later. Whew, thank you guys for bearing with me. All right, so 18, moving on to the love area of our life. Please place the highest and best 2 cards at the top of this deck that clearly describe today's natural, native, and authentic numerological energies, as well as the universes, and how they apply to the love corner of our lives today. And a week on out, if it has to be. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here right now? That was interesting because that was a weird fucking shuffle, but I felt it. Do I talk about the bottom of the deck at all right now? I mean, or at all during this reading? Oh. I thought it was going to be a no, and then it turned out to be a yes. Okay. Nice. Okay. So, it's very interesting. The fame and reputation aspect had its closure today. And then so one flowed into another, where your love is at a flow of new beginnings. 10 is a cycle that is basically a cycle that had ended and is now beginning. I'm very grateful for this card that it showed up. So on a yin level, it's now beginning within you. You are restarting over again within you. So again, these new energies are coming together. It's very interesting. I just wanted to show you because they're both yin cards. So this was from the fame and reputation, and this is for the love cards. And it's like both contain this circle of like new beginnings, right? Endings and new beginnings. Also, yeah, it's like it's behind him, but he has 4 different, directionals. This guy also has 4 different directionals. So it's very interesting. Also, I'm not a religious person, but today I want to say was a lot of, and I like how this guy is like holding his heart, because that really goes to show you like he has like new beginnings in his heart. There's a lot taking place there. There was a lot, since I was just like talking about the cross, there was a lot of Jesus, ascended master Jesus like energies today that was coming through, and a lot of even synchronicities. So we're talking about quick, like the number 7 for today, March 7th, is very like sudden changes, sudden movement, quick kind of changes and events happening. It's there was a lot of synchronicities going on today, so I just wanted to kind of just like one after the other, like a repetitive, but on such a, it was on such a small scale, right? Talk about flow and synchronicity, right? It was on such a small scale that it was so big at the same time that you were just like, what the fuck? Like, you would have never said some crazy shit like that, or you would have never thought some crazy shit like that, and like it ended up being like already in like in it, like basically in its manifested form. I don't know if this is happening to anybody out there, but my eyeball on the, no, my eyelid, my upper eyelid on my right hand side has been like like this, like has been trembling so often lately, like for about, I feel like maybe like 2 or 3 days even, it's been doing that, like on and off. It's so weird, so weird. I don't know what that's all about at all, but if somebody knows out there, please let a bitch know. All right, so what else is to, oh, they want me to read the book? Okay, we're gonna go and read the book. So I'm very actually grateful that I'm just doing the major arcanas, because now in this book I know exactly where it's gonna be. Before I was like having to search. Oh my god, talk about serendipity, dude. It showed up in here. It's synchronicity, serendipity, it's all the same thing. Wow, this is so cool, guys. Also, I'm getting expect miracles. That's something that's like, that is not here, but something like the word expect is here. So it's something like expect miracles. So that could be also serendipity, because those are serendipity and synchronicity are pure miracles happening all the time. It's like happening all the time when you're on the right path, but like literally so quickly happening, all like happening but coming to fruition so quickly recently, that I mean ever since, like I want to say, because today is a faster moving type of energy, like it was very quick coming into gear, like fucking freaky shit, but in a good way. So keywords here is attract, expect, release, serendipity, cycles, expansion. And it's interesting, we were talking about that, like the release and all that. That's beautiful. So it says the energies around you at this time are positive and are driving you forward. Let yourself flow with these energies and put them to good use. Again, I'm getting a lot of creativity flow, creative flow. He's wearing a lot of orange, right? There's a lot of orange in this card. Creative flow, absolutely. And then from before, fame and reputation, it's like there's something creatively that you're known about, whether it's a craft or whatever. It could be something very, he's also wearing purple, so it's like it could be something where you are of royal or celebrity status with it. Celebrity with the red, purple with the royalty, but also a blend of both is super fucking potent. Okay, that's also here. Yeah, so let's just like move on. I don't know. I think that's all that I'm getting. Let yourself flow with these energies and put them to good use. This is an opportune time to attract your heart's desires. Now, I'm also getting like attunement, like tuning in. So I don't know if like people out there are maybe getting a Reiki, like an attunement, like in terms of Reiki healing, or maybe they're getting their certificate today. I don't know, like, or thinking about it. Then if this is a sign for you, if that's the case, that you should go after it. So that's coming through. It says, do you want more love, peace, or greater understanding? Is your heart calling out for a new relationship? Does a current relationship need improvement? Focus on your desires and allow them to manifest by expecting them to. So again, expect miracles in that essence of the heart. Okay, that's amazing. Also, traditional tarot archetype. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is exciting. So things are really moving in at the love front. I love it. Okay, cool. And the affirmation here, just jumping to it, says, I move forward with grace and ease, that's movement, right? So that's very cool. I move forward with grace and ease. That's amazing. So I feel as though also a part of the release that's been let go here is you trying not to control it. Can I now share the bottom of the deck? Very interesting, because control came up at the bottom of the deck. So it's like you are no longer controlling this anymore in terms of, holy shit, that's crazy. Wow. All right, so I've been working with, all right, there, so let's just say that 8 is very significant in terms of what I'm starting to call the movement as the star mate, okay? So it's basically like a higher form or higher level of a soulmate. Like more, not high vibed, but maybe more intense, okay? So that's crazy. So you're basically letting go of control today in terms of how things should go, because again, you're kind of driving yourself a little, holy shit, that's crazy. And this popped out before. Wow. Do I share this one too at all? Holy shit, guys, this is crazy, because as I was shuffling, this popped out before too, and it was at the bottom of the deck as the second card too, so it's lead. So basically what you're doing here, and I was just going to say that what you've released today was a lot of kind of like burdens on you that you, like in terms of what you thought you needed to control in this scenario, but she actually, this person, I don't know if it's a she or he, it's kind of giving me like female vibes. I don't know. Yeah. Well, it could be anybody. They have an angelic winged kind of wrapped around them. So that means to me, it's kind of like you can see whatever you want to see and you can think whatever you want to think, but the angels got you in terms of like you're protected, you're cloaked. They're going to basically, like the A team is literally going to they're being put forward first in your love life. And that's what you're allowing them to do at this point, because I feel like there might have been a lot of burden on you. So part of the burden was like how you were going to figure out how to do this love life thing. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like all of your burdens that have been on your shoulders have been replaced with, just take it easy. We got this. Like from here on out, like you're just going to listen to you're going to listen to our control in terms of, of course there's always free will, but they're taking over in a good way. And you're just going to start feeling, because this person has their eyes closed, but also their invisible eyes open. So these are background eyes. These are angel eyes, right? And you are just going to start feeling in terms of where you need to go, what you need to do, at what point. Like you're just going to go with the feeling flow. All right? Feeling flow. I love it. So that's basically what it is, and that's the new you. That's the new life that you've just stepped into, where it's just like you've dropped a lot of burdens, and by you doing that, you actually are being the leader of your life. Like you're allowing the angelic realm to lead you, and you are then able to be a really great leader in terms of controlling yourself towards making sure that the control that you have is by just literally listening to and following through on the feelings that you get, the intuitive feelings, so that you can literally come out as a leader. So they're putting you first is what I'm getting. They're putting you first. Yeah. And again, the 4 is the directional that's coming up. That's very much so like coming up in my mind today. So it's like a foundational directional, like they're not leading you astray. Got it. Excuse me. Thank you, E-Team. They're not leading you astray when before you kind of were confused and you really kind of maybe were worried about being led astray and not knowing how to make clear and concise decisions or movements towards, genuine love. Like maybe you were unsure of yourself. But now it's more so they're giving you guidance. Like this guy has a scroll in his hand. Like you're being absolutely divinely guided because you have a scroll in your hand. Again, there's a person. There's kind of like, and this could be like somebody in the spiritual realm that's watching over you. who is basically kind of like you, or like a best friend, or like a father figure, that's literally like you have it in your hands. They're just kind of gently pushing you in the right direction, but you literally grasped what they are leading you towards, right? So you've given control over to the invisible realm. I'm going to just put it that way, which is this guy, but also the eyes, right? So basically your angels are the eyes that you're using to see, and the spirit of those like that have passed on, that you may have actually hung out with here on earth at one point. So like spirit, right? Like your I'm gonna just call them spirit. uh they're pushing you towards the right direction, where you're allowing them to lead the way, you know. So it's amazing. You've really kind of let go of a lot of burdens today, and it might have not just been today, it might have been for the past like 2 or 3 days leading up until the new moon, where you were just kind of like, you were like boom boom boom, like there's been like maybe 4 times over where you felt like, okay, let it go. All right, let it go. All right, let this go. Like there's been a lot of you just kind of like breathing into it, and just knowing, just like kind of relaxing into it, just being like, and that was like the trigger of you, okay, you just gave that over to your 18. Like that's like there's nothing else you could do about this, or you don't want to worry about it anymore, so you just kind of like woosad, and you're like, you know. And that's basically, that was like the instinctual free will, like give over to your A team that's watching over you. You know what I'm saying? So you've released a lot of control, and you felt it, is what I'm trying to say. Like you felt into those moments where you just like you're like, oh, I feel fucking so much better, that I actually don't care. Like I can't care like this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like this intensely. So this is huge, and it really is all love if you think about it, because it's like love from the invisible realm, which is allowing you to flow better. I mean, that's true love right there. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's not true love, when they're supporting you in taking your burdens, and you being like in the state of, or the frame of mind, or the state of being, where it's like you feel fucking confident to really just not give a shit anymore. You're just like, just take it. Like that's pure flow. That's pure love. You know what I'm saying? When it's transferred over to somebody else, and they're willing to take it on for you. You know what I'm saying? So when that free will kicked in, it was like a free flow of free will kicking in for that free love. Okay? And freedom has been a super big key lately, where I feel like it's like been more and more, especially like today, and I want to say even yesterday, but today too, like today too has been more of a freedom, like where it's just like you just feel as if like you've grown out of all the shit that kind of helped you, that kind of kept you at this controlling, like controlled state of mind, like where you felt either too controlled by somebody else, or controlled by your old thoughts, like that type of thing. It's like you were just able to just relax and relieve yourself from it, and just say fuck it, like just leave it where it's at, like just leave it, because it's not helping you move forward. Like you felt that it was more so like kind of keeping you very heavy and very like still, and you're just like, dude, at this point it's like your soul just wants to move forward, so whatever it takes, you'll do it, you know. Are we moving on to the next card? Yeah. All right, so the next card is heal. So number 17, and I mentioned March 17th, so this is very interesting that, you know, March 17th could be a very big day for people in terms of love, marriage, commitment, relationships, that type of thing, like establishing yourself as that, which honestly, I'd have to like look into it, Mercury retrograde wise. I don't know if that's, so I want to say it's probably that's like March 17th is towards the end of Mercury retrograde. So I'd say that just look into it, because I'm going to have to do that myself. And then I might post it on my Facebook page if I remember to do that. If I remember to do that. So what was I going to say? So long story short, I'm gonna have to look into it. But basically, what my recommendation would be is to wait out. Like if Mercury retrograde ends up being March, like ends up ending on March 17th, then I think you should let like 3 or 4 days pass before you actually make any fucking crazy, moves. But I want to say by March 17th, you're probably going to feel super healed, where you're absolutely, like, you're totally willing to move forward. You're unchained. Wow, this is so cool. This guy feels free. I was just talking about freedom. So look at that artwork. It's like he's now free. He's freer than free. He's unchained. He's like ready to move forward. He feels completely, totally, and wholesomely healed. Beautiful. And he's receiving. So this is like, and there's a pure white light coming in that he's standing in, which is like he's standing in this for now. So again, this could be like, also, oh wow, here's another directional right at the soul. It's like a soul star, and soul and spirit star. So it's like, wow, that's crazy. In terms of being like your soul is shining, right? And again, I like how I said soul star, because it's kind of like it's the directional, it's the diagonal star of your soul, like it's the North Star, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a twinkle of it, so it's like shining super bright. And yeah, I mean, these energies are being felt today, though. I mean, the healing energies of being free and having that be the case, like having that be at the forefront of what it's 111 right now. Beautiful. Having that be the forefront of your focus when it comes to relationships is actually a huge thing that's happening today. That's one of the things that you could be envisioning, okay? Is like, are you gonna be in a relationship because that's what you want, but how are you also gonna cultivate this freedom within yourself and within your relationship, and keep that there, so that everybody's kind of like free flowing and adjusted in a really good way to having a very successful and inviting and beautiful type of relationship going forward, right? So again, this has to happen within us first. So there's a lot of again, we got control coming out. So it's like you're coming out of these control energies. And when I say it has to happen with us first, the 8 is actually individuality to me. So it's kind of like you are infinitely releasing and healing any and all like sense of unfreedomness within you, okay? And you're just allowing, okay? So it's like there's this flow and there's this allowing or receiving that's going on, which is also healing. Because like I said, even when you're in meditation, that is a receiving mode, that you're just allowing the universe to do whatever it needs to do to you, to kind of release stuff, let it go, and then, replenish you with whatever it is that you need to actually move forward. So meditation could be very big for you today, actually. If you go into meditation, like if you're called into it, which I know I was pulled into it today. So you may have also, and that is basically, 1 in 7 is 8 too, which is crazy. So it's like we could literally be receiving 2 8s, which is abundance, right? And like I said, it's so big for you to release and heal this sense of whatever was holding you back, and give it over to the A team. So it's like you're working with 3 8s here, which is beautiful. It's like the 8 is your individuality. The 8 is also you giving it over to the A team, right? So the A team could be another 8, and then it's like this 8 that basically is between you both. So it's like an 8, and then an 8 that's in between you both, where it's like that free flowing of, we're here for you. You feel very supported, okay? There's a lot of, so if you can see the eyeballs, right? The eyeballs, like let's pretend that's an 8 and then an 8. It's like the free flowing 8 between them is like, is the 8 between the eyeballs. I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool. So it's like you have infinity eyes today is what I want to say. It's like you can see maybe far out in the future, but also you're using your third eye, like more so than your real eyes. You know what I'm saying? But your eyes in general have this ability to see further out in the future and kind of call in what they want in terms of abundance and manifestation. So it's super huge. Should I read from the book from this? Okay. No, they're like, no, you got it. All right, cool. Also in front of me, do I mention it? Yeah. Thought so. I just wanted to double check. Right in front of me is Smooth Sailing. It's it's a piece of art that I drew in art class a long time ago, and I kept it. And that's what I kind of like labeled it as. It's like smooth sailing. So just know that this infinity type of vision that you have for your life, or the new life that's coming through for you, is super smooth sailing. Super smooth sailing. Like I'm talking about in 4 ways. Like there's 4 directionals. It could be in 4 or it could be in 8 ways. Like, so again, infinity. But also 4 in terms of foundational. Like it's smooth sailing foundationally, and it's smooth sailing infinitely. Like going forward, like there's going to be only forward movement there. Okay. Forward movement, but also very much advanced movement. You know what I'm saying? Where you're just really like doing shit differently than other people. You're you're not doing the relationship as normally people would, put it that way. That's why I'm saying advanced. Windfall, nice. All right, so the last card we're to unite, to basically to receive as an overall energy today, but to unite both. Is that the card at all? Okay. Do I discuss that card? All right. They just want you to see it. I was like, okay. So the last card is being drawn from the butterfly deck. Oh, and the last one was the Psychic Tarot Heart. The Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Okay, that was the last one that I just used. And now I'm pulling from the Butterfly Oracle cards for Life Changes by Doreen Virtue. Is this the card that we need to look at right now? All right. Whoa, that was a major yes. Sobriety. Okay, cool. Sobriety. Is this the card for today? Yeah. Okay. It's like really loud yes, so I just wanted to double check. Sobriety, which is kind of perfect, again, guys, because we were very much so, we are being cleansed and detoxed, okay, from all of our worries, concerns, anything that was holding us back. There could have even been today a little bit of like, what did I want to say? Like bickering, but like not even like crazy argumentative, but maybe some like sort of like passion from the heart that kind of came up. In terms of something that your heart really cares for. Okay. So, but that could have been to literally kind of send sobriety energies out to it. So, like it could have been like slight drama, but it could have been, but it's something that basically, do I share this card? Do I share this card? Interesting. Support is coming out too, which is, I'm getting so much energy from the bottom of this deck. Or from the top of it. Yeah, you're getting a lot of support in the sobriety of, doing the last clean out of your of your life, right? Like energetically, you're being cleaned out. So again, there's like clear, smooth sailing waters of flow around you, right? Like look how nice and pristine that is. And I was mentioning, right, pristine energies before too. And then look at the pristine white light that's coming through too. So it's kind of like, again, there's just this cleanliness about this new moon, this new moon's energies that really is having you start over in a new way where smooth sailing is soon to be had. But the sobriety where you had to kind of like unfuck yourself or unattach yourself or detach yourself from all the stuff that no longer was making you feel free, or like it was like too much on your plate, like too much on your heart and soul. Really what it comes down to, it's like, yeah, it's on your shoulders, but it's more so like it's weighed heavily on you. That was being totally given over to the A team today, and they were more than willing. They were just kind of like, yep, just let us have it. Just, we already knew that this day would come, you know what I'm saying, and that today would be the day. So a lot of sobriety coming up. Do I go into that card that just popped up? Yeah, and then they're also telling me that, so the card that flipped out was grief work, which is really interesting because grief work, I was sensing right away, is that because of the sobriety that you're experiencing, you might be going through, like, I want to say tomorrow or the next 3 days is what I'm getting. You might be feeling the effects of like the sobriety aspect of like, okay, now you're really clean, but you're kind of missing like how like the old you know what I'm saying? So that's where the grief work is going to kind of come into play. Like you're going to feel maybe slightly even in a little bit of a limbo where you're like, okay, like I said, this Pisces dreamy season is having you very much so in your imagination. Where you feel very much so dreamy, okay? So this dreaminess is kind of like having you, just like waves in the ocean, like you're in this boat and you're just being rocked. It's like you're gently being rocked, but you're also kind of being like, it's making you, you're in limbo and you're really accepting of the future, but you're gently being rocked and kind of like, I want to say like life reviewing where you've been, but also missing the feeling of like there's this nostalgia feeling is what I'm trying to say, of you kind of like knowing how it felt like to be kind of like unhealed, right, is what I want to say. And you're just kind of going through this weird space of not being used to that feeling. So this is why the like sobriety is damn fucking good, obviously, but it's just kind of like you're going to be in the next day or two, you're going to be feeling like humanly weird because of the fact that you were so used to these energies that have just been cleared out of you being there, and they're no longer there, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you for the clarity in that and the sobriety in that, A-team. So it's like a bittersweet is what I'm trying to say. It's like a bittersweet. It's like, yes, you were so ready, but it's odd because these feelings are no longer there, and you were so used to them being there that now they're no longer there, but yet they're being replenished with, direct and divine guidance, a more pure, genuine love of a very much so high vibrational level. And so, and also this sense of, I'm feeling in my heart, it's like this freedom in your heart, like to go after whatever it is the fuck you want, like, because you felt like you couldn't before, So it's kind of like there's going to be this limbo, a little bit of a limbo, just slightly. That's what I'm getting. It's like nothing too crazy, but something where you might be in your feels again, because we are in Pisces season. That's also feeling a lot. So you might be in your feels in terms of like, oh shucks, like that type of thing. That type of thing. I'm super excited about tomorrow. Super excited because tomorrow's an 8-day. and it's all about, and again, March is all about the heart, I feel, because it's three, it's love, it's expansion, it's what was it? Yeah, expansion. It's the mind, body, soul. It's the it's you, your divine, your divine your divine individualism, along with your counterparts in divinualism, right? I'm just gonna use it as a word. I don't give a fuck. And individualisticism. Fuck it. I don't know. And so yeah, so it's all about the expansion of the heart and using the heart, and it's really beautiful. Like, I mean, I know February was of the heart, but I actually feel it's like February, they say, is like the heart month or whatever. But March to me is like that, like higher level, higher level love month, where it's like, it's for the people that are of, I think, what is it called? Of power couple status. You know what I'm saying? And it could actually be like gaining a greater momentum, like into like April. So we'll see. Listen, love never is going to go out of style. So, if you... Did I talk about this right now? Okay, interesting. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about this right now because one of the reasons why I think Jesus, the Ascetic Master Jesus, is coming through is for forgiveness towards whatever it needs to happen in your heart. So he's literally taking out, and there's a lot of divine masculine energy here. So it's like, absolutely, like, talk about this card, like healing. It kind of looks like he was like resurrected, like that type of thing. Like he's just like, you know what I'm saying? Surrendered. Like kind of like how he is on the cross. Like that's what I want to say. Like that's very interesting. But also forgiveness wherever, like he's here to clear out and to sober you up. Oh, that's interesting. To like wherever your heart needed to place that forgiveness upon. Okay. So that's why he's here right now. So there's a flow of forgiveness going on. Also, new career popped up, which is, I feel as though there's a new, I feel as though there could be like people in your career that are no longer serving you. So you could be like in a career, but there could be like a circle of people in your career that you're outgrowing. And so that could be like a new career aspect of life. But you do love your career, but also for some people out there, it's absolutely starting fresh. And starting fresh with a new career based upon the sobriety energies. Okay. Do I talk about this card too? I know, I felt it. It's like, then at the top of this deck, it's moving. So it's like, again, we're talking about movement. There's a lot of moving forward, but also you could be moving in terms of, and oh my God, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. Do I talk about that story right now? Yeah, it's not really significant, but I felt like if somebody needed to hear it out there, I'd be willing. But there's a lot of moving energy going on today too, which is so, this is also like, it's like coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Yes, that's what Celine Dion's song is all about. So, so with that being said, it's like there's a lot of moving forward, but there's also a lot of moving homes. Okay, do I talk about this right now? Yeah, I didn't think so either. But there's like moving homes. Like basically, you're finding your way home. Stability in the home is also what I'm getting, because I feel like a lot of you out there just really want that stability back. Like, man, where's the love? You know what I'm saying? Like the stability in love to where you feel like you are fucking home. You're fucking home. So it's like what I'm getting is like you're moving towards it and you're almost there. So just give it a little bit. I'm really good. I mean, we have a lot of super good fucking things to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel it, All right, so I'm getting that I'm done here, but do I share this? Yeah, I do it. It's like conclusion. watch out for the heavenly signs, because you are in the sobriety type of energy, the signs are going to start showing up. And by the way, a butterfly could be a sign, because we're here, okay, by the butterfly curtains. Butterflies to me, because of Jim Carrey, I love him. He one of his artworks, and I forgot what it's entitled, but he has, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Okay, this is crazy, because I gotta just say it. He has a piece of artwork where there's a person jailed behind it, okay? And like there's like there are bars, right? There are like coming out so fucking weird. All right, whatever. There's just a person behind bars is what I want to say. And this is right, and this guy is literally like he is free from that bar, from being behind bars, I feel, right? So it's like he's received a healing. But in this beautiful, and it is a healing type of artwork, he literally, and talking about, oh my god, there's so much for me to say here right now. Talking about like, okay, so the butterfly, so in this piece of artwork, there's somebody behind bars, but and a butterfly lands on the finger. And to me, that was like my, Michelangelo healing, like new version of the Michelangelo, what is it? Creation of Adam, type of artwork. So it was like the new version of it, where it was like his finger was out, just like the finger in, the creation of Adam. But then instead of another hand kind of coming out, it was literally a butterfly on top of it. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the butterfly to me from now on, it absolutely depicts God, like the creator, Grandmaster G, because it's so gentle, it's so pristine, it's so beautiful and light, that it's like, and it's so transformative, right? That's what it became to me in that moment. Well, not maybe in that moment, but I evolved to that, where I was like, oh, my butterfly deck, filled with life changes, and then it kind of I connected the dots. So that's crazy. But let me also explain to you, this is so interesting, that I was talking a lot about Jesus in this reading, but Jim Carrey, God bless him, like, honestly, all I have to say is I've seen a lot of Jesus pictures in my life, and I have to say that I never really resonated with any of them, because they were just never I don't know, like I never either I didn't resonate with him at the time, and so they never resonated with me. But I can tell you that one of the most powerful ones that I've seen is made by Jim Carrey, and I fucking love that Jesus picture. Like, it's so talk about creativity. It's like, because we were talking about creativity and the flow and the oranges and the yellows, it's all filled with that, and it is fucking divinely powerful to me. And it's also super healing, where it like frees you up. So if you have to go look online, very interesting. If you have to go look online to look at his artwork of the Jesus depiction that he drew, it is so beautiful, and it is so it's so life changing. I mean, I'm talking about life changes as the butterfly, deck, but it's life changing in terms of freeing you up so that you can literally heal and come out from behind the bars, or unchain yourself, unfuck yourself. It's literally, I'm probably going to do that myself today, just to kind of like, really revamp that energy. But, also the power of the eyes. Holy shit, guys, this is awesome. Look at this, okay? The power of the eyes. When you go look at the picture, look into his eyes, because the soul that comes from that picture it's all in the eyes. It literally is. So it's just like, please, like, and this really could be, oh my God, this is so interesting. This really could be where it's like, okay, look into the eyes of Jesus's soul. That's your number one homework thing to do. But then also, this could also kind of, I don't know how to depict it. Okay, so this is how I want to say it. So these two eyes, and I know there was somewhere else. There was two eyes. Oh yeah, in the fame and reputation. So remember how I was saying these two eyes, one depicts one person, one depicts another person, okay? And again, with like, if you could picture like an 8 in its pupil, in their pupils, okay, to kind of just depict their individuality, literally, or their infinite individuality, put it that way. You literally, this is what I'm seeing when you look into Jesus's eyes at that picture, and I think I might even post it on my Facebook page. We'll see if I remember to do it, because I don't want to like say that I'm going to do it and then not do it, because I get so intuitively sidetracked in terms of flow that sometimes I don't end up doing it. So it's just like I would love to if I remember, but if not, then you're just gonna have to do it yourself. But the whole thing is, it's like when you look into his eyes, you are going to see yourself, and you're going to see your divine star mate partner in his eyes. Like, I feel like he's going to unite you both. Like, that's what I feel like is going to happen if you do it. That is super big, guys. That's not a small fucking reading. Like, that is that's a huge fucking reading right there. So again, talk about heavenly signs. Okay, so literally, please do that for yourself. And as you get there, you probably will, like, see signs showing up as well. But that's one of your signs to, like, literally to go heal yourself in a big way. Okay, I don't know why that has to be said, but I'm telling you, that's going to free you up, because Jim Carrey is all about be free. He literally signs his he signs his artwork, like, or his name on his artwork with like his name, but underneath it says be free. Okay, so that's like, he wants, like, that's just such a beautiful addition to this reading. And he's so much love, and he's so much light, and he's so much he's just very super advanced, you know what I'm saying? And just, I just love him. So God bless Jim Carrey, because he's literally brought so much to the world, and he's like continues to bring more. I know he's like politically involved right now, like a little bit with his artwork, but it's just like, there's a time and place for that too. And I hope he gets the fuck out of it, because you know what, at the same time, his happiness counts, and I don't think politics is a happy route for anybody, because to me, I'm just going to say God bless all the politics in the world, because they really need the blessings. But at the same time, I just feel like it's like, do I say it? I'm like, all right, just in case anybody sees it, like, I just feel like it's involved. They really have, like, collected all the baby bitches that exist, and that are absolutely, like, and I'm not going to say not making a difference, because there's always going to be some good in the bad, right? But majority of it is very baby bitches or baby bitch type of bullshit, like, where it's just like, just don't get involved, and just stay on your high note. Because again, when you operate from the highest and best self of yourself, without any bullshit, with true honesty and true genuine love, that radiates out into the world like no other. So it's just kind of like, do you, concentrate on you, focus on you, fuck these other people that think that they're going to get away with shit, because they can only get away with it for so long, because A, prayer works, B, intentions work, C, if it's not of love, it's going to come crashing down at one point. So it's a flow, it's a cycle. We just have to understand that there's a flow and a cycle to it. And we can't get so passionately, we can't waste our own energy, our own precious energy, on being so passionate and fired up about other people's actions, when there's so much for us to do in terms of positivity. That's where our focus needs to be on, right? Because that's what radiates out. It can't be about hate. And I mean, there is freedom and expression. So talking about freedom today, absolutely, you have freedom to express yourself all the fucking time. But the whole thing is, it's like, you need to control yourself. Okay, control yourself. And you need to also, you need to be able to control yourself, which we don't have a lot of in this country. Like, I just feel like, you know, especially with all the shit talk about the president, it's like, you know, I don't know where the respect has gone, but that's bullshit to me too, because it's like, yo, if any one of us became president, we would never want to be treated the way that some fucking shit talkers are treating our president, no matter if he can do the job or whatever you think. Like, that to me is a hell no, you don't do that shit. Hell no. That's like, respect the dude in what he's trying to do. I know some people might not agree with it. I know, I understand that we're really operating on a high level of divine masculinity, and baby, you know, baby bullshit, baby bitches type of bullshit. But the whole thing is, it's like, let it flow, let it do its thing. Because if you send it anger, you're just feeding the fucking wrong fire. You're feeding the wrong wolf, as they call it, right? Because there's that little story about between, you know, starve one wolf, feed the other. So it's like, which wolf are you feeding? Are you feeding the wolf that really needs to be starved? Or are you, like, I'm not saying that in a negative way to, like, starve wolves, but I'm just saying, like, you know, energetically, like, are you feeding the wolf that kind of needs to die down in its fire, you know, and it's a blaze of, like, wildness? Or are you, in terms of the wrong sense, or are you feeding the wolf that actually is more positive and will do more good for you and good for the world if you just fucking focused on that? So again, it's about focus, guys. This is like, you control your freedom. You absolutely have an infinite amount of freedom, but it's your responsibility to control yourself in this life, and to basically act out of a balanced way, so that you can manifest. This is looking right at me. So that you can manifest more positivity and a more balanced positivity, and that you can become a leader in that, rather than waste. Thank you, A-Team. Rather than waste your energy in shit talking, because if you shit talk on a grand scale or shit talk on a small scale, it's still shit talking on a scale in general, right? So, thank you, 18, for the light. So, the whole thing is, it's like, do yourself a favor, don't get involved. And me, I really won't ever kind of, I'm not gonna say ever. If I'm meant to, I will definitely help out, like, the US of A as well as the world, if need be, on a political scale. But the whole thing is, I don't see myself doing that, because unless they change their ways, and unless they allow me to revolutionize us, then I'll be like, okay, cool, we're in charge, like, we're doing this, like, the proper, the heart-based way. Then I'm down, you know. And again, that's me talking about control. Like, I need to be in control of how it all goes down, because I believe that, you know, and again, and it's not even control. It's about being able to bring, it's about having, what is it called? It's about having, like, teamwork being had, you know, having that be, like, adamantly in place, in terms of the whole political, you know, realm of things, rather than, you know, this one person in control, and more so in a dominant, divine masculine, like an overly divine masculine way, which is not what I'm saying is bad, because everybody has a heart. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have to trust that the heart behind the leadership is actually going to show up and be at the forefront, and also is the controller, right? Because the heart needs to be the controller. That's what I'm trying to say. And so when I'm saying, like, oh, you have to let me lead, let me control, I'm not saying it in a traditional sense. I'm just saying, like people need to be open to a different way of doing things, in terms of a more heart-based and that type of, like, heart-controlled way, where things can actually change. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'd be open to, like, you know, helping out teamwork-wise, to be like, okay, let's get shit done, you know, heart-based wise. But other than that, like, you won't find me there. You know what I'm saying? Because, and also, it's just like it's a very fucking like dry environment to be in. Like I don't know, like these people need more fun, so I bless them with more fun to kind of like, feel into their heart more, to also, just not be of that dry fucking just like adult like shit where it's like a lot of ego comes out, and then all of us have to deal with or feel into the repercussions of that ego, and it's just like it could be such a fucking mess. But the whole thing is, we the haters out there, in terms of the person that's in charge of right now, it's like you guys only know a little bit of the story, where it's like you don't understand what a heart is being put through right now in terms of leading a fucking full-blown country, like, and one person only. Okay, it's not like and I've always said that, I'm like, if we had two people that were just like in a business, how you could have a partnership. If we had two people that were leading the country, it would be so much easier, because not one heart is feeling like as if everything is being placed onto them like a burden. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of feeding the fire of in such fucking nastiness, which I literally sometimes I'm mind boggled in how fucking ridiculous people can get in their hatredness, right? And because it's another heart that you're looking at, it's not the bodysuit, it's not anything like that, and it's not whatever. It's literally like it's a heart, and I don't care if you think a person is heartless or not. They're doing their best that they can, and we all have hearts to function. So I don't give a shit what you think in terms of like, oh, heartless this, heartless that. No, there's a heart that is a human heart you're talking to, or you're talking about, or you're shit talking, or you're shitting on, or however you want to take it. And the whole thing is, it's like, if he had, so that's why I've said that for the longest time, like, if he had some team partner to work with, side by side, whether it be a divine feminine, divine masculine, or, two divine masculines, one that's more divinely masculine, one that's more divinely feminine in terms of understanding, in terms of being more nurturing or whatever, because that can happen too, then you would have a more easy type of like you would have a more easy type of flow, an ease and grace type of like a leadership, that goes on, where everybody, as it radiates out from above to as above so below. That still kind of is the same concept, even here on earth, like in terms of stature. So even in business, even in like the whole politics thing, like it doesn't matter like where the fuck you are. It's the aspect of as above so below. So it's like the people above need to feel fucking chilled out and relaxed and just trusted and all that good stuff. Like, so if you send them that energy, that's going to trickle down onto everybody else, and it's going to create absolute positive life changes. So again, we're talking about the butterfly creating life changes, or the butterfly bringing life changes. I don't know why I'm even getting into this, but I just feel like it needs to come out. Where it's like, again, I'm also speaking about love and how to spread more love. So and it just needs to come through, because I just feel like a lot of people are forgetting, they're failing to mention, they're failing to use love within every aspect of their life. So again, this is me just spreading the love, spreading the light onto those areas that need it, but also onto the minds and hearts of people that are not even seeing it in that way because it's labeled politics. Okay, so it's like everything needs the love and the light, everything. All right, so for it to function better. Also, it needs duality. It needs a wholesome, total, complete duality in terms of it functioning better in a balanced way. Like, you have two hands. This guy's talking about manifesting good things takes, the two dualities of things, you know what I'm saying, where it's like the divine masculine, the divine feminine, those dualities, not like the black and the white. I mean, it could be the black and the white, it could be, it could be red and the blue, like however you want to depict it, but it's not bad energies, it's just a different way of doing things. Okay, So, you know, ease and grace to everybody's life in terms of wherever the fuck it may have run dry. That's all I gotta say. And may really this new moon just bless you with a whole bunch of new beginnings, new life, new manifestations, and um just the and I'm gonna say it, the destruction of where the love isn't, or your eyes to see clearly of where it is not, so the clarity to know where love isn't, and the ability or the will to send love to it, you know what I'm saying, so that you can free yourself from it, but also you can just kind of back away from it too, free yourself from it, back away from it, and just send love from afar, and being able to keep sending love from afar instead of actually, you know, really diving so deep within it where it's like you kind of are even, you know, you can get a little cloudy and foggy if you're in it instead of outside of it, and just being able to send love its way, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there, guys. There was a lot of that was a lot going on, but I appreciate you guys always tuning in whenever you get a chance to tune in. Yeah, I really, I'm blessing all the aspects of your life with such divine love, from my divine love corner to yours, and to all aspects of your life. Yeah, I leave you with many blessings. So enjoy the new moon. If you can, go outside also, um, right now, after this video, and just go ground and just go be with the moon's energies, and do yourself that favor, because that is nurturing you. You know what I'm saying? So let me get close.